make it survive. Ta open it, ta open it, ta open it more, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it more, ta open it. There are funny things about life. Your hockey should be sharper than knife. Believe in yourself and nature will provide. Cause once I go this up I must survive. There are funny things about life. Your hockey should be sharper than knife. Believe in yourself and nature will provide. Cause once I go this up I must survive. Respect my hustle. Hey, my hustle. I go respect your hustle. My hustle. Life yeah. If you want success, it's not easy, yeah. You get for work from 7 to 5. Just forget your daily bread, just to make you survive. Life yeah. If you want success, it's not easy, yeah. You get for work from 7 to 5. Just forget your daily bread, just to make you survive. Ta open it, ta open it, ta open it more, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it more, ta open it. Life yeah, life not easy at all, oh yeah. Mama dey vex, Papa no dey put up money. Life yeah, life not easy at all, oh yeah. Mama dey vex, Papa no dey put up money. Respect my hustle, hey my hustle. I go respect your hustle. My hustle, life yeah. If you want success, it's not easy, yeah. You get for work from 7 to 5. Just forget your daily bread, just to make you survive. Life yeah. If you want success, it's not easy, yeah. You get for work from 7 to 5. Just forget your daily bread, just to make you survive. Ta open it, ta open it, ta open it more, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it, ta open it more, ta open it.
Boy, tell your neighbor, tell him say you there. Tell him say you there. Tell your neighbor, tell him say you there. Tell him say you there. Yeah, we dey send them go down. 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 Tell them say you there. Tell them say you there. Tell you never, tell them say you there. Tell them say you there. We dey send them go down. Small, send them go down. Yeah, we dey send them go down. Small, we dey send them go down. Enjoyment there. Look mommy Talabi and Pape Charlie. Hey, Ebi Oju, see Bondu Odu, Emi man Odu. Team day here for you. Monday at if na bad at you. Oh. Bad I do. Tell them say you there. Tell your neighbor, tell them say you there. Tell your neighbor, tell them say you there. Tell them say you there. Yeah, we dey send them go down. Tell them, we dey send them go down. Yeah, we dey send them go down. Send them, we dey send them go down.
And the sound sensation come from the nation.
Papino. Do the dancing and they go down low. All my men chatty, baby they rocky, yeah. I look in there, stabby again, give me stout music set there, they go make you enjoy the music, tell you.
What this world is turning to. Nobody said it. And I ask myself, now within this world it turns to. Nobody. Cause picking the pizza in mama, not the respecting papa. I swear. Because so many you just to take tramadol instead of them take Panadol. It can make them fall, make them crawl. Yeah. So God, education don't fall. Tell me what's in the future for tomorrow. Because we less of tomorrow. They're not even paradox. Not save us. Oh yeah. Making them they go astray. Lord, this is my prayer. And Daddy, we dey beg you, save our motherland, Lord. We dey beg you. And Daddy, we dey beg you, save our motherland, Lord. We dey beg you. We dey pray every night and day.
The Lancet Union UK, Look, proudly presents Just Dance. Look, Me, Are, Look, You, Volume 2. Saturday, 26th of October 2019 at JK Banquet Hall, Forest Hill, London, SE23 2NE. Doors open 8 PM. Fee £25 flat. Music by DJ Little & Co. Come and support Look for the betterment of the Lansar community in the area of education, health, arts and culture. For info call 0783 765 6229
money will go on, that's all them say. Me know they jump for me, you know way. Papa just say, anytime I catch am now holiday, now holiday. So now forgive me the pay. I want enjoy me holiday, Alright, them Slim G, Ali your melody. I saw we hustling, body do no money me. For the same money thing, what could them a funny me? All kind of one name, I saw them a calling me. So, me big up all the hustlers in the streets where they find it difficult for getting for easier. It not easier. Some not even get sight for sleep. I tell you what they say, pray you baba day. Me say they go sabi usai the money day. Yeah, me not go the wrong way. I just believe say me I must sabi day. Man them day still lay also for the paper. No the joke, no the bluff of the paper. I say we day still lay also for the money. Money make me brother man turn me. We wake up on me tracks, sleep no day. How we dey hustle for the paper every day. Money rules the world, I saw them say. Me no dey joke for me, oh no way. Papa just say, anytime I catch up now holiday, now holiday. So now forgive me the pay. I want enjoy the holiday, the holiday. Awaka soto benge teke, awaka babkalo milo mi benge to wa teke le. Me yaka uska de kele, awaka tori neke benge. Awa maya ma one mi moke de mito wa teke.
If you having credit problems, I feel bad for you, son. 1,000 problems, but a car rank 1. Wolf for sure, got me back in the car. Leasing with my credit, I was like, oh man, forget it. Who would've thought I'd be accepted and more? But now I got the keys, I feel so pleased. All types of cars, Fiats, Minis, Renaults, you know, boom, boom, let's go. Wolf for sure, car leasing for every credit score.
Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, mama, papa, brothers, sisters, all the way from, Mama Salon. This is Isatta Sisay-Jalloh on the health show on Diaspora Voices. Welcome to this very cold and freezing, Thursday evening. We're in autumn now. And if you're in the UK, and I think you're moving towards that as well in the USA, and so forth and so on. So basically, 1 second. I've got an eyesore there, sorry. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. That was my cardigan. I have to do that, sorry. So let me start again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this cold and frosty and wet evening from all the way from London, UK. I am Isatta Sisay-Jalloh on the health show, Diaspora Voices. Thank you for joining me this evening. To me, Salon brothers and sisters, now the diaspora and Salon, good evening. I tell you thank you for joining me this evening, and I tell you thank you for your continuous support. And the fan base is building, every day, every week, everywhere I go, at least there's one person that shakes my hand or comes up to me and say, you're doing a good job, well done, we're proud of you, thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. And for me, that's all I want. It's all I want. As long as what I say here benefits one or two people, I know those people as well will pass on that message, and so forth and so on. So thank you. Good evening, my own brother Alusan McFoy, my darling Agnes Pratt, Faye, good evening to you all, Kadi, and Mariatu Siddiq, happy birthday to Chatterbees, happy 3rd year anniversary, well done, you're doing such a great job, we're so proud of you. Running a nursery in this country is quite challenging. Dealing with children in this country is very, very challenging, and you've done it for the last 3 years. Touch wood, no issues, no concerns. We're very grateful. We're proud of you, baby sister, and this is from myself and your brother DJ Little. We are so proud of you. Keep it going, and the sky's your limit. So today, a lot of people will be saying, the fly is a bit scanty. What is it about today? Okay. This is the month of October, and in the UK, and I think in most parts of the world, they marked October to be STOPTOBER. STOPTOBER because they want it to be the month where they raise awareness about certain health issues, to just stop and think and reflect and see how the impact they can have and what improvement from a public health point of view and all of that. So that is why I kind of gauged it to be Stoptober, and then today let's talk about health and well-being. So it's really a free program. It's not about one thing specific. It's about a variety of different health issues or habits, really. Actually, it's about habits that can lead to very serious health issues. That's what we're going to talk about today. And then we'll end it with one of the key problems that some of these bad habits lead to. And then, of course, that will follow on through the rest of this month, because as much as October being Stoptober, most of you know October is also the month for breast cancer awareness. And for those of you who've been following us from last year, this time last year, you will know we did one very classic show, which was quite themed Little Lena. And I will not promise you we're going to repeat that this year, but we would have a different version this year. So we're also this month, we're going to talk about breasts. We are going to talk, yes, this Bobby, we did talk about it. We'll go for talk about it. We have to talk about how we check it. We have to talk about how we screen it. And we have to talk about some of the things you and I can do to ensure that if we do get breast cancer, through early detection, it can be treated, and our lives can be saved as well, or somebody's life could be saved, because this is not just about women, by the way, men as well. If you don't know, you do get breast cancer. I mean, today I was reading actually, Beyonce's dad just revealed that he's undergoing treatment for breast cancer. Yes, not Beyonce, Beyonce's father. So men do have breast cancer. So if you're on my Facebook page or Diaspora Voices, you see every so often I'm putting stuff about breast cancer, and I'm going to put really serious images that's going to make people stop and think, because I think we need a bit of shock for make we realize, say, what do we do to we body, or some of the things that we they neglect is very important not to be neglected. So today, first of all, we're talking about health and well-being, and sometimes people confuse themselves. So is there a difference between health and well-being and health? Well, I'm going to read straight from the Department of Health, because some things it's very important to take it right from the source. But also just to do my usual disclaimer, I am not an expert in any of this field, but actually I consider myself quite knowledgeable in most of this field, because for the last 20 years, my background has been healthcare and science related. So even if it's a subject or a topic that I'm not very familiar with on a day-to-day basis, all I need to do is do my research and read about it. And I feel I'm best placed to come and share that knowledge and information to you, because it's all about making you aware. I'm not diagnosing anyone here, and I'm not concluding anything. I'm not assessing anyone, but it's about raising awareness so you can then have that knowledge to go seek more knowledge or go to the right healthcare professional, okay? And please excuse me, I have started the autumn with cold, so please excuse me as I'll be, on in our nose. I'll be wiping my nose from time to time because, I've already started suffering. So on that note, let's talk about the relationship between well-being and health, or health and well-being. So the Department of Health in UK says there is a two-way relationship between well-being and health. Health influences well-being, and well-being itself influences your health. Health is one of the top things people say matters for well-being. So for you to enjoy your well-being, you have to be in good health. And also for you to be in good health, which is both physical and mental, that influences your well-being. So they're like interrelated. They don't work in isolation. So that's the most important thing. And then the World Health Organization, which is WHO, also states that, well-being exists in two dimensions. it can either be subjective or it can be objective. Subjective means is what you perceive well-being to be. Well-being includes life circumstances such as your health, your education, your work, your social relations, your built and natural environments, your security, your civic engagement, and your governance, your housing, your work-life balance. It's all subjective definition of well-being. And then of course you have the objective one, which comprises of your individual experience of life, as well as in comparison of the circumstances with the social norms and values. So for example, we all know that in other the social norm for what example can I give? The social norm for us human beings is for us to sleep in a place where there's roof on top of our heads. So that is considered a social norm. You should have a house or a home to sleep in. That's a social norm. So if you don't have that, then your well-being is not really great. So that's not a good example, but I think it's a good one enough. And of course, your health is one of the top things that people say matters to the well-being. Yes, because if you don't have good health, how can you facilitate a good well-being? For example, well-being. A lot of people in our community, let's try for go to Creole. A lot of people in our community go say, once Friday, Saturday, I able go to Nollywood, they enjoy myself. Monday through to Friday, I go walk. Then for them, they will consider that as a good well-being. Now, in order for you for grab every day for go walk, and for able where Friday and Saturday net camp for let you go Nollywood, or let you go 701, or for let you go Cool and Cozy, when are the 3 salon meeting spots where we get or IBs or mingles, those places. You have to be of good health, physical health. So if you're not of good physical health, you're not able to go na them place then day. You're not able to go na a show. We all last weekend we had a fantastic time at Afro Arts Production, which was fantastic. It was such a lovely night. But if any of us out of about 600 people in that place, if any of us was not of good physical health, then we will not have been able to go there. Yes, that doesn't mean everybody that was there is 100% well. There might be people there who are going through treatment or other issues, but they were physically well enough to be able to make it to such a function. So your physical health is very, very important and has direct impact on your well-being. So that is why today we're talking about some of the things we're talking about, because I think from my observation sometimes when I'm within the community, not just we own community as Sierra Leoneans, do a big let us not go say, I sit at the pick on the Sierra Leoneans. Just in general, we quick forget and neglect we physical health, and through that neglect day, it then get a big impact on we general health and well-being. So please, today is just about that general conversation. So please feel free if you want to contribute, if you've got something to say, please feel free to say it here. So who is here? Oh, my brothers. I have lots of brothers here. I've got Sidiki Kabo, DJ Ish, Mr. Tala, Alaji Baja, Nene, and Famata Diami. Welcome all of you. Thank you so much for joining. So in relation to health and well-being, we're now in the time of year, especially now the diaspora, where they begin sick. There's a lot of viruses and infections going around because of the change of temperature. And as you can see, me already begin anyway, because I've got predisposing factors that makes me more vulnerable to viral infections or bacteria-related infections at this time of the year. So one of the key killers of this time of the year is the flu. Now we all know say the flu now something every year we get there's another flu virus, and then starting from last month, all the GPs, they actually don't begin announce and remind people and say you must come for your flu vaccine. Public health already, they say you must come for your flu vaccine. We always get them predisposing factors, such as I suffer from asthma. They already begin text me say you must come for your flu vaccine. And I know say if in the next 2 weeks I don't make appointment, then they begin phone me. Not for their own sake, or for me own sake. So can you imagine? Then we get with people then back home, we not get this sort of facility. We go wish and pray and die for get this sort of facility. But then a lot of us, we neglect the opportunities and resources that is available to us for how we prevent serious illnesses. So my brothers and sisters, go get your flu vaccine. Now a lot of people can say, oh, that flu vaccine is not better because what I take it actually make us sick. Now I make us sick. It has happened to me as well. But the reason is because the flu vaccine where they give this year, it's not to deal with the virus where they this year. It's to deal with the virus where we did last year. So that's what the vaccine is about. And what they do, when they introduce that virus into your bloodstream, it help your immune system for be stronger, A, for recognize that particular virus if it come again, but B, whatever strain of virus where they this year, the immune system will be in a better position for fight them. So that is why sometimes if your immune system is a little bit weak, where you get the flu vaccine, you actually become very, very unwell. But I can always say to people, one thing I've personally experienced is as soon as I go take my flu vaccine, whether I get temperature or not, that next day I take paracetamol. I will take paracetamol and make sure say I drink at least 1 liter bottle of water before I go to bed, and then put water by my bedside and drink just to flush my system, but also to keep circulation going as well. So that's very important. So that's the first thing, my brothers and sisters. Crack on and go get your flu vaccine, especially if you've got predisposing issues or health issues such as asthma, such as other respiratory problems, other heart disease problems, diabetes, the elderly. If you're 65 and over, please go get your vaccine, because you're more vulnerable, and so you should look after yourself more. So please prompt your family members to go and have it. So today we're going to talk about two key habits that are very important for us to consider and think about. And even if I not say this particular habit them where you don't get them, where you don't go into them, for lefa mitranga, it really difficult, because as they say, it becomes a habit. And for let go of a habit, whether it's a good habit or a bad habit, it's tougher than for actually get into the habit. So we're going to talk about smoking and alcohol intake, and the impact it gets on our health and the further complications that it can lead to. Now, the reason why they talk about these two bad habits is because the damage whether they cause, you and I know they see. The damage that they cause, it's all internal. It's all happening internally. Because we know they see them, we feel say nothing not they happen. And this is something for me, it's close to home. I have a battle constantly at home with my other half, because he's guilty of one of these habits. And so I'm constantly fighting him. I'm constantly on his case. I've kicked him out so he doesn't even practice one of the habits in my house. When he wants to practice it, he goes in the garden or outside. He doesn't do it in my house, because I think it's unacceptable. It's a bad habit. And then the least you can do is for can spread out to some other people the way they try for avoid them or try for live by the book. So my brothers and sisters, let's think about ourselves. Let's start looking after ourselves. this Stoptober, I started just a quick pledge just for us for start thinking how we can stop certain habits them. And one of them is what we eat, is the food we eat. And I said, okay, no red meat. Let's try and not eat no meat, especially red meat, this whole of October. Now, I know it's easier said than done, because if you're not a person like me, when I'm a dingo, where they born and bred with inside beef, for eat beef especially. If we cook plasas, if we cook tiaji, when a granite soup, we not put beef there, then that plasas, they will not cook it. You understand? Then all of a sudden, I'm saying to people, you know, don't eat meat, red meat. And then somebody sent me a really interesting message the other day. Say, he said, how this go down with we people that were in a village for them bush beef there? And I say, this now wow, because yes, with people that were in a village, we don't use for eat them fritambo, the monkey, or cutting grass, you know, all that sweet beef there. Then all of a sudden you say no eat them. You understand? So we were then at the diaspora. Let's focus. Let's try and be healthy. And also the one day we they back home, because then self actually get more fresh produce than we were then at the diaspora. So please, today is day 3. Try and just, you know, alter your diet a little bit. Like what me particularly don't do, including the no meat. Actually, they go like 2-3 days without rice, because as we know, carbohydrate. And just try for eat more vegetables, more and more vegetables. Like today, I now omelette I eat with lots of salad. Just lots of salad. Now me on salad, not to that salon salad, oh, can put that baked beans and that vegetable salad and lunch of meat. No, because lunch of meat is also processed meat. So what to make you do is basically just the lettuce, the tomato, the red onions and carrots, and then olives, lots of olives, because I love olives, and a little bit of feta cheese from time to time. So think about it. You can still eat your plasas. Nobody knows say you not eat your plasas. You can eat your plasas, but just swap them. The creatures where they inside it, rather than it be red meat, where now beef we come out from cow or ox or sheep or goat or lamb. Just swap them with chicken and fish. You know, either dry fish or can get back home, or you buy from any of the African food stores them. Now East Street or Dalston or Peckham. Or you just put your fish in the oven, you smoke them, you put them where you plasas the dry, you put them there. Or then get a smoked chicken now, then boil a chicken where they smoke. Again, now you can cut and you put her inside you plasas. And then try for cut down as well on the cholesterol, the palm oil. So if you eat cassava leaf this time with palmine, you cook cassava leaf with palmine. Next time, cook them with maybe just small vegetable oil or olive oil. Like today, one of my darling sister now make food for me. It makes stew green with very little oil. Then it buy crocker fish. That crocker fish, he put on an oven. He not fry them. He put on an oven. He dry. Then when the green don't cook, it just scatter inside it. Oh, it was so lovely. I'm gonna post it later. And now today I eat out just a small bit of rice, just really small bit of rice. So it's very important. Let's think about what we eat. So if you are interested and you want to phone in and give you only to 2 cents here and here there, may I have to say one for Joanne, but the meat and rice I cannot resist. Get rid of the meat, Maria too. Get rid of the meat. The rice, change it to brown rice. And then sometimes eat bulgur. Yeah, the bulgur fine. You not get boku. You not like back home salon, the bulgur you get for clean them, wash them sometimes. This one now they already refine them so well. Use bulgur. And then also use another thing where they call quinoa. Quinoa is also very good, and believe you me, it still tastes yummy with the plasas. So please try that. So if you want to join us, you can call us on 07946 141 369. 07946 141 369. Please, if you want to join us. So let's talk about smoking now. I have big time issue with smoking, and because of how it affects our body. And because I personally they look after people them, they deal with then a field where I see the damage of smoking. I see what it does, and I see how people suffer because of the lifestyle where they don't choose for live. This is out of choice, by the way. This bad habit them is out of choice. Back home, I know say they can say, oh, they make it not they stop for drink. They don't put medicine panafol, they not stop for drink. Not lie. It's a habit. It's just a bad habit where you don't take way for get rid of her now is always twice as hard than picking it up. So every cigarette you smoke is harmful. That there is no doubt of it. And we all know, say just from statistics of just in this England here, smoking is one of the biggest causes of preventable deaths. By that they mean premature death, die where you can actually prevent. Now smoking is the biggest cause of that, and it accounts for about 80,000 deaths each year. Can you imagine? 80,000 deaths each year is caused by smoking, which can be prevented. And that 80,000 there can be you, can be me, can be your brother, your sister, your mama, your papa, your good friend, you know. So it is really, really important that 1 in 2 smokers will die from a smoking related disease. Can you imagine that? So if me and DJ Little wait now so they smoke, there's the probability they say one of we go die of a smoking related disease. So that is really, really close to home. So we have to be very, very cautious and be mindful of what we they do. So I just they go through some of the damages them way smoking they cause organ to organ. I will start first with circulation. Circulation is basically the process where body they go through for take food from one place of the body to another, especially to the heart and the lungs, for take the right nutrients, for take oxygen, for take everything else that we body need from we food to we head down, you know, just like a plumbing system. That's what circulation is all about. And so when you smoke, for every time when you put that cigarette in your mouth, so you go, you puff and so, you know, you don't ingest that tar with inside the cigarette, and then it enters your blood, and then that tar the way they enter your blood now poison to your blood. When it enter your blood, now a foreign agent where your blood not prepare for accept. So when it goes, it causes damages. It causes your blood to thicken. So if your blood supposed for flow like water, it make it begin flow like orange juice, and then it increase your chances of blood clot. Again, a lot of people will just say very sudden death. All man they say, oh, now because it just come on salon, they don't go knock up. Oh, now because he don't just win the lottery, they don't go kill him. No, these are the causes. Some of them are the causes of these unexplained deaths. These blood clots. These blood clots are ticking time bombs, and they just don't happen overnight. They gradually happen because of some of the things them and we lifestyle where they live. So it's very, very important for let we know and be aware of them kind of things that they, you know. So it thickens with blood, where means with blood is more chances to clot, and with blood cannot clot. It's not supposed for clot where it inside we. When you cut yourself, you they bleed, yes. Now that time is supposed for clot because now the way the body they stop the bleeding. But not where it is supposed for flow round and round and round. So the cigarettes where you ingest that tar the way go inside your blood, it put you at risk of that blood clot. It also put you at risk of blood pressure, increasing your blood pressure and your heart rate, which means then your heart need for work harder, because if your blood pressure high, it's because your blood they need for pump. You had the need for pump the blood harder. So that is why. And so it means they put stress on your heart. You also the narrow your arteries when are the little like straw type tube when are through the blood they pass for take oxygen to your heart and to your lungs. and to all the other organs in your body, so it dey affect down there. And so with all them different small impact there where they happen inside your body, it's only a matter of time for you get serious problem. So please let's think about it. Good evening, Usman. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Well, Maria today should stop selling in the shops. They're really trying. Public Health England is really trying, and across the world they're really trying. I mean, years ago you'd be able to smoke everywhere. Now, just for deter people then from smoking, they don't make, they smoke inside buildings. If they catch you, they smoke inside motor with speaking, and they get into trouble. They don't make, now, they just go inside shop, you buy the cigarette and get for cover them. They don't put the horrible pictures on the cigarette packet. Sometimes I look at my husband personally and I look and say, damn, this man, they see this picture, but still they continue for smoke this thing. That's because sometimes people, they're so used to these bad habits that all these things don't phase them. But we will keep trying. Farella say, today I had stew boiled with fresh fish, carrots, and sweet potatoes. Yummy. Farella, please, now for they take pictures and then send them so that it will give other people ideas into how to do this. And then vaping is what is America's problem now, Isatta. How is it there in UK? Please touch on it. Oh yes, it is a problem mainly amongst teenagers. Oh yes. Me young picking a catch her under in bed. Then I wonder, say me brother Mamadou, no problem na yet too. Me if family here they go say this one where they can do a program now we they talk about it. There's a charity begins at home. Before you they go point finger for other people there, you must know say the rest of the four finger they point by you. Yeah. So before you they get other people they advice, make sure say say yourself, you don't advise yourself or you tell them say myself now so I they go through. So yes, this vape that problem. Them picking and feel say na toy. Them feel say na a game. So they don't really know what's in the complications, because as much as they say yes, it's an easy way for people then for stop and smoking cigarettes, we get rid of the nicotine. However, we don't really know, there's not enough evidence for say if itself they cause damage. Now everywhere where you go, Mamadou, na this we London, yeah. Then they get rid of shops. The next minute, now a vape cafe, and then they get all these different aromas. So people don't really know what they're ingesting. People don't really know. And the machine itself is expensive. Obviously, it's cheaper than smoking, because some people say now the habit, now they try to get rid of. But still, it is really a problem here. It's a serious problem. So the other thing, what don't come up from circulation, when I one of how smoking they affect with circulation, is from having that poor circulation where your blood is easy to clot. It don't increase you blood pressure, which means your heart they work harder and faster than normal. It don't narrow your arteries when at the yard road for let the blood pass, for let and care oxygen go to your lungs, your heart, and all the rest of the other organs. Whilst all that they happen, guess what it lead to? It lead to permanent damage of your heart. It lead to increasing risk of coronary heart disease, where we don't talk about, where we good brothers them, Ishmael and Hamid and all and also our very own DJ Little, where they can share their own small experience of waiting and they go through because of some of these issues. I mean, none of them are smokers, just to highlight, but they just come for share, say actually, so we were not smokers, we they go through this, we experience this. So imagine you were now they self-inflict some of these issues. Imagine what is happening in your body. So apart from the nicotine where they go inside your body, the other thing where the cigarette they produce is carbon monoxide. Now carbon monoxide from the smoke and the nicotine, that they put strain on your heart. And so let us think about all these things, you know, and see how best we go stop. Because as a smoker, your chances of dying at a very young age is higher than somebody when not a smoke. And I know say some people can say, oh, well, I don't begin, I just continue. No. You stop for smoke for 1 year, it increases your chances of a better life. You stop for smoke for 2 years, it doubles your chances of a better life. You stop for smoke for 3 years, and so on and so forth. So the sooner you can stop, the better. It's very, very important. So then we go to the stomach, this rebellion. Some people, they say, oh, well, waiting the smoke get for do with rebellion. Of course, the smoke get for do something with rebellion. Because you know why? Smoking can lead to some stomach cancers or some stomach ulcer. Or also, it can cause reflux, where it creates so much problem, it reduce this with food pipe. So anytime when you eat, the food not they go down properly, but also the acid they come up, and a reflux. So it cause that, and sometimes these things lead to cancer or serious ulcers, where sometimes they actually they burst, and then you go here, they say, oh, that person they vomit blood, or if they go toilet with blood or whatever. Now some of these reasons why, you know. So it's very, very important. The other thing with cigarettes can cause, one other big organ where smoking can affect is your kidneys. Again, it cause kidney cancer. And there's this evidence that says if you regularly smoke 10 cigarettes a day, you are 1.5 times more likely to develop kidney cancer compared to somebody who does not smoke. So you see, not to me so. And the research I didn't say. And this I got from the NHS website. So you can go there yourself and you can get this information. So it's very, very important. And of course, it increases your chances of or risk of getting kidney cancer twice if you're smoking about 20 or more a day. Now, again, we go to with skin. With skin, again, cigarettes, they affect with skin because it affects circulation. Everything starts from circulation. As long as our circulation is affected or is altered, it then has like a dominoes effect. It begin have effect on different things in our body. So that is another bit that it affects. It affects our skin. You go find out, say sometimes your skin dry or it looks gray, and also it can, this toxin that can also cause cellulites where we can see our body. So it's very, very important to think about those things. But the good news is, the moment you stop for smoke, you actually, within a week or two, you they begin notice the difference. You they really see the positive difference. And again, with bones, again, it affects with bones. It make with bones then become weaker and brittle, especially for women as well, where we are already at risk of osteoporosis and all sorts because of the way we body God creates we. So it does affect the bone, and then it affects the brains. The brain, again, it makes you think less. You're less fast in your thinking thoughts. It puts you at risk of a 50% risk of having a stroke. It puts you at risk of having aneurysm, which is basically where one of them vessel there, it get like a puncture. Just think of it like a tire, where tire puncture. By the time they make, don't go pff, you need for changer, you know they will go no side. So basically that's how an aneurysm is. That's what happens sometimes with some people. The way you hear it, they say, oh, they say now it bleed now in brain. That's an aneurysm because so much pressure don't go on the vessels for carry the blood through, because you don't put all them bad things there inside there. Then it makes it difficult for them. So then they end up for wear and tear, and then they bust, you know. And then you get the lungs. Now the lungs, oh my God. We know say smoking and lung cancer a paddy there. Now they no doubt no day. We know say smoking can increase you chances of chest infection, of pneumonia, asthma, all types of chronic respiratory problems can come off from smoking in your lungs. So it's very, very important. If you ever they work in a hospital, or you go visit somebody in a hospital, or you go volunteer in a hospital, go na the respiratory ward. Let's see how people that is suffer, how breathing becomes a problem because you don't damage your lungs. It's very, very important. And also your mouth and your throat, because obviously where you inhale and exhale, through your mouth and your nose, the smoke they travel. Again, then they cause different types of issues. Simple issue like bad breath. Simple issues like they discolor your teeth. They give you gum disease. They damage your sense of taste. But also, most importantly, it also they increase your risk of mouth and head and neck cancer, and also cancer of your food pipe, which is your esophagus, and also your oropharyngeal, which is basically the root between your nose and your throat. So those kind of head and cancers, trust me, they are not funny. I think my sister Nim Turede Nayawe, she's a head and neck cancer nurse. She will tell you that that is not a good place to be. And then it also affects your reproductive and fertility ability. And not just woman though, whether he says some man na okobo, ne no know why na okobo. There's all na that money in whom I go keep and I make the man don't make don't turn okobo na lie. These are some of the things that contribute, because why? Again, it boils down to circulation. Where your circulation is affected, then the blood flow and the blood supply to your penis, they reduce. So it they have an impact on erection. So then you they get something we then call erectile dysfunction. Way back home, we they say na okobo. It also they reduce your sperm count. It they affect your sperm count. You can hear some man say, that man a blank bullet in the fire. It not sabi fire bullets. So that again can contribute to that. And it they also contribute to testicular cancer when are you balls. So it can make you get cancer of the balls. So that again is very, very important for let people they know. And then there's evidence that says up to 120,000 men from the UK in their 20s and 30s are impotent, which means they're not able to give belly as a direct result of direct result of smoking. And men who smoke have a long sperm count than those who are non-smokers. So it's very, very important for let we know that. So that goes for the women as well. The women, it can affect your fertility. It can reduce your fertility. And again, there's evidence and study that says fertility of smoking women was 72% than that of non-smokers. So think about that. Think of all these things. It also increases your risk of cervical cancer because when you smoke, your body is less able to get rid of the one virus who no say nine, one of the things where they cause cervical cancer, which is basically the HPV virus, which is the papilloma virus. So you have to be careful of that. Of course, if you're pregnant, don't smoke. It increases your risk of miscarriage, it increases your risk of premature birth, and it increases your risk of stillbirth and illness. So very, very important for we to bear these things in mind. So I'm just gonna look at the comments, and then after that we go take a 5 minutes break because I'm not feeling very great today. Like I say, I think the weather don't begin hit me, so I don't begin take me vitamin C. I don't begin take me zinc, and that is why with all these dietary changes, it makes a lot of difference. Because to be honest with you, me as somebody myself, I know they eat vegetables, but changing my diet and eating no red meat and and trying to avoid rice, it actually means I get to replace the rice with something. And what's better than vegetables and greens? So it's very, very important. So Hello, Amram J. Welcome. Hello, KK. Hello, Nadia. And then hello, Auntie Sue. Hello, B.A. Kawa. Good evening, sis. Great program and very educative. I think you need hot pepper soup for that cold. I know, Auntie Susan. The topic tonic is very interesting. I have work colleagues who suffer some of these health issues because she's a heavy smoker. Well done. Thank you. Welcome, Franklin, Linda, Bangura, and welcome. Yes, thank you, KK. Your cheerleady's here. Always will and always want to be your cheerleady. So we're gonna go on a short break in a moment. But yes, I think I need that fish. You know that salmon fish and pepper soup. I think now I need hint, salmon fish and pepper soup. So we'll come back in 5 minutes. I just need to take a bit of a break. See you soon. Don't go away. When we come back, we're going to talk about alcohol abuse. And then we will wind down to the key topic of this month, which I'm going to focus on, which is breast cancer awareness, which again, everything what they talk about ties down into it. Producer, over to you.
What this world is turning to. Nobody said it. And I ask myself, now waiting this world they turn to. Nobody, cause picking the pizza in my mind, not the respecting papa. I swear, because so many you just to take tramadol instead of them take Panadol. Make them fall, make them crawl. Yeah. So God, education don't fall. Tell me what's in the future for tomorrow, because we less of tomorrow. They're not even paradox. Lord save us. Oh yeah, making them they go astray. Lord, this is my prayer. And Daddy, we dey beg you, save our motherland, Lord. We dey beg you, Daddy, we dey beg you, save our motherland, Lord. We dey beg you, we pray every night and day.
Now, good evening again. For those of you who were just to join, we tell you Natenki. This is Isatta Sisay-Jalloh from the Health Show on Diaspora Voices, live coming to you from London, UK, talking about health and well-being generally. We don't talk a bit about raising awareness about the flu virus, and for remind you, say go get your flu injection, especially if you get any underlying health problems like asthma, you're prone to chest infection or diabetes, any health problem. If you get some, go get your flu vaccine. And also if you're in the vulnerable bracket, for example the elderly and the frail, go get your flu vaccine, please. It's very, very important. And then we talk about smoking, the negative impact where smoking gets on with body and all of that. So please try and encourage somebody where they near you for stop for smoke. You know, easy. It's a very nasty, bad habit where people then take them on for get rid of is very difficult. And I'm talking about this from personal experience myself. So the next thing we talk about is alcohol use, or shall I say alcohol abuse. Now, alcohol is something, depending on how much you take or ingest, can do you harm or no harm. Now, the recommended units per week is about 8 units, which is roughly about 4 to 5 pints of, let's say, beer. So when you think of that, and then you think of how much some people they drink, it is very, very important for you to think about it and be mindful. A lot of people in the community, in our community, I would consider excessive drinkers and binge drinkers. Now, what is a binge drinker? It's somebody where they drink from one to another, one to another, one to another. So now, if you don't know what's in the difference in the units, now a shot of, let's say, whiskey or brandy equals to about 2 units. Then a bottle of beer as well equals to about 2 units. But also that's based on the volume of the alcohol contents. We all know that the volume of alcohol in a shot is way stronger than that in a beer. So you therefore be very, very mindful of that. But again, just like smoking, drinking alcohol causes a lot of problems. A lot of problems that it is not funny. When it comes to the practicalities, alcohol causes, obviously, a lot of people drink them, then they go party, then they go social activities, then go and drink, then go behind steering, then go behind a car. That is so wrong. You're not only putting yourself and your family at risk and in danger, but you also put that innocent person where they drive, or a cyclist or a pedestrian, where maybe if you know somebody before where you not drink, you so alert where you drive, then where you don't drink, obviously it reduces your level of alertness and also the speed at which you react and your coordination. So it's very, very, very important. Please don't drink and drive. I saw a lot of that last weekend. I'm not gonna name names, I'm not gonna call names, but you know yourselves. There's nothing wrong with having fun and drinking sometimes, but please, me brother them, are they really, really big una not drink that kind of way they enjoy being steering. Please, if you're not thinking about yourself, think about your family. Because when something happened to you, now then they suffer. Pussy, when you die, you don't go. You know they know. We don't know if you people that they know waiting they go on where they don't die. Nobody don't go, you don't come back. But think about the people you leave behind. Think about your loved ones. Think about the impact where you go get on them. Think about how they will grieve you. Think about the memory, the lasting memory where they left. Think about the legacy where they left behind. So please think about it. And as we know, I don't say salon no, because salon na free for all. Where camp and drink. People that they drink, then you see them job beer motka. No police, no they stop them. But we know say na the diaspora when they catch you now, that they ban you straight away. You got to go pay at least London, at least another £800 or so for let you regain your license and your permit. So it's very, very important for people then for think down there. It is not a child's play. Like I say, there's nothing wrong with once in a while. You go somewhere, you really want to let your hair down. You've had a stressful week or stressful month and you just want to enjoy yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But please, no drive. No drive. It's very, very important. And I just want to big up somebody. I'm not calling him, but he know himself last week. We actually seize somebody in Motokaki and say, I will not allow you to drive. And I so get respect for him because he do that. You know, he sees somebody in key. He say, I will not allow you to drive because he know say that person they don't drink drunk and that person they not capable for they being a steering wheel. So he not do one. So big up to her because apart from the internal problems and effects or the health risk where you put yourself where you drink that level of alcohol, which is separate, it's the external, the physical damage, which basically one of them is a fatal accident. So please, let's stop. So obviously we all know say alcohol is not good. It really not good. Where you drink spirits, if you they really feel where they burn you except when you don't use for drink then it becomes something that is easy. But it's really, really not good. It increases so many risks of many harmful health conditions. So it causes injuries, like I say, from motor car crashes, or you fall, or you drown, or it just because you basically they lose your inhibition. Wait man say you lose your inhibition. Me and you will they pass. We know what you for say, what you not for say. We they able control what you for do, what you not for do, what you for say, not for say. But when you dey under the influence of alcohol, you dey forget yourself. You dey lose that control. Now they make some people then say, it plan and be me now. Yes, because maybe I always don't want for cost DJ Little because they annoy me, they piss me off. They consider me the health show. They call me no more Mrs. Isatta. They call me Mrs. Isatta Sisay-Jalloh. So that they don't mourn at me. And I always but I don't get way how for deal with Little, because that civilized side of me, they say don't do it. He might have a reason why he's doing that. But then if I'm under the influence of alcohol to some level, that thought process, they lose control of that thought process. So now for let DJ Little no more come play with me and say, oh, Mrs. Isatta, they're not done with the Sisay-Jalloh. They are don't flip. Now they palava, they come out. Now they careless talk, they come out. Now they rudeness, they come out. Now they violence, they come out. We can lead to crimes. We can lead to suicide. We can lead to sexual assault. We can lead to intimate partner violence. Because again, now a lot of people they talk about somebody they always drink now inside also they drink, but waiting they happen where drink no. If they go na bed, if a woman they whether a woman say no to a sexual intercourse or not, in the that mood it feel for do they do and that is technically rape. So it's very, very important. Then some people can say, oh, but it don't make sense. Or you they all the time say people that they go club, then picking that they cry rape, then people they say, but it go. But the picking they say, no. I said no. I did say no. But because you, the man, you there under the influence of alcohol, no, they hear that no now. All you mind they tell you is, I need to, I want to do this, and then you end up in trouble. And then of course, a lot of people must have heard of something they call alcohol poisoning. You can actually suffer from alcohol poisoning, and this can be very, very serious. It's a medical emergency, and that is because of where the level of alcohol in your blood is so high that your blood not able to cope with them. That can lead to alcohol poisoning. It can lead to so many problems. Without alcohol poisoning, it can lead to serious problems such as liver disease, hepatitis. It can lead to hepatitis. Again, alcohol can lead to high blood pressure. Too much alcohol use can lead to heart disease. It can lead to stroke. It can lead to digestive problem. It can lead to cancer of the breast, the mouth, the throat, the food pipeline, and the esophagus, and the liver and the colon. It can lead to cognitive problems, learning and memory problems. You begin get short-term memory, you begin become forgetful. It can lead to a special type of dementia, what they call Korsakoff dementia, which is alcohol-related dementia. It can lead to poor school performance. You not go do well in school. It can lead to mental health problems. Because if you're not somebody who already get predisposed in mental health problems, then you go fashion alcohol, it cause problems. It lead to depression and anxiety. It lead to social problems. If you're not somebody where you see drink, you chakla for misbehave, nobody know one day near you. They become socially isolated. As you see some people that you don't begin drink 2, 3. If you not get you good person here, you will go stop you and say stop. People that they begin have excuse themselves. So do you have this man here? Or this woman where you see drinking, they begin perform just now that they move back. It involve loss of productivity. If you're not somebody, you not possible blunt wake 7 o'clock morning, you're up on the go doing stuff, you fashion too much alcohol, you find it difficult for wake. And it's also very risky. If you're not somebody, you don't eat, then you drink, then you go lay down, you can actually vomit and choke on your own vomit. You actually can do that. So it's serious problems. It cause breakdown of marriages. It cause family problems. It lead to unemployment. It lead to obviously alcohol. Then all of this, when you get all this problem now, then you get no sign for turn. Then of course you become more and more dependent on the alcohol. Then it lead to alcoholism, where you wake 6 o'clock morning, the first thing what they do now for begin drink. So it not just for become an alcoholic, it not just they begin, or it not just now overnight. Now something where they gradually happen. It gradually happen until it gets to a point where you're not able to deal with her anymore. But like I said to now, 2 things where it cause liver cancer and also different types of cancer. And as we know, this month, like I say, it's a breast cancer awareness month. So we'll talk a lot about breast cancer. I go sing and dance a lot about breast cancer. I'm going to post a lot about breast cancer, because why? You and I, if we do things properly, we might be able to prevent breast cancer, or we might be able to detect her early, which means our lives will be saved, the loved one's life will be saved, or when it's detected early, you can have treatment and get on with your life happily ever after. So it's very, very important. This Bobby, where we get before we the woman, especially because like I say earlier on, man themselves, they suffer from breast cancer. Recently, Beyonce and Papa come out and say they can go through treatment right now. Not Beyonce, the daddy, they don't diagnose her of breast cancer, because man then they get breast cancer as well. So, but we women them, I think, especially we, the Africans them, we always they look at we breast just as a sexual organ. And it's not just as a sexual organ. Remember, say this breast as well, now they use for breastfeed with picking them. So it's full of hormone, it's full of fatty tissue. So it's very, very important we look after them. It's connected to the rest of the body. It's now one of the organs that where they protrude out, but it's also deeply connected to the rest of the body. So it's very important for that we look after them. It's very important for that we keep an eye on them. It's very important for that we monitor them and make sure, say, if we anything they go on, we notice them very quickly and we go seek help. So my brothers and sisters, we are going to be talking about breast cancer. We're going to be talking about breast screening. We're going to talk about how we can prevent it. We're going to talk about how we can detect it. And we're going to have a live show and an act where somebody, how you go support your brother or your sister now the community, where either if in wife get breast cancer, or now your sister or now your paddy now get breast cancer, how you go support them rather than make fun of them or laugh them. Because sometimes we say to ourselves, oh, people they hide the things, people don't want to, but it's about how toxic sometimes people and how quickly people spread rumors and lies and exaggerate people their own personal affair. And that make beaucoup people can afraid for come out and say, you know what, I've been diagnosed of this cancer, I've been this, I've been that. Even though sometimes they know say people know, but for let them physically come out and say, are they do this, or now this are the experience, it's very, very rare in our community. So me, I employ and encourage anybody, if you don't go through breast cancer, or you are going through breast cancer and you feel comfortable, or you've looked after someone who's gone through breast cancer, a family member, you can come, we sit down, we talk about it. You don't have to share you don't have to name names. We can keep it as confidential as you choose to or want to. But it's very, very important we have these type of conversations. It's very, very important for let we share anything, because one thing I want to remind everybody, breast cancer not to sick where you they get because you na rare girl. Breast cancer not to sick where you they get because you they go clubbing 24/7. Breast cancer not to sick where you they get because you go keep somebody in man. Breast cancer not to sick where you they get because you be trangayes, you know they are mama and papa word, or you they cause you husband. No. Breast cancer with every other factor is a cancer where there are different types of risk factors attached to it, and one of them we'll only talk about today is smoking. Smoking and alcohol, they put you at risk of breast cancer. So do you hear me, brother and sister then? Let us think about it. Let us think about our health and well-being. Let we not just concentrate on, oh, whose clothes are they buy for where go this show? Which clothes are they go sew for where go this show? Which clothes are they wear for go na this place? Oh, the suits. Oh, what I get for look like? No. It's about also, yes, there's nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not criticizing anybody. If you can afford for go buy 5,000 pound clothes, so be it. Now you money, they say work hard and play hard. But at the same time, also look after your health. Because if you're not healthy, both mentally and physically, are you going to be able to wear that 5,000 pound clothes and go bluff? Are you going to be able to wear that 200 pound shoes and go bluff? And if you were not healthy in all well, you the man, you go really feel free and comfortable for left you wef na house in sick one and dress tip top and go na show or club or wherever it is for go enjoy yourself whilst you wef then na house the suffer. So we really need for think about things like this. Very, very important. So like I say, I invite and challenge anybody who feels say they get their own little story for tell. Please don't hesitate to message me via Facebook and we can come and talk about it. So we are going to next week, like I said, I'm going to have special guests from TOSHPA, which is the International Healthcare Organization for the Diaspora in the UK here. It's all healthcare professionals. It's an organization that's been around for a very long time, and this month is also Black History Month. Lest I forget, it's when we celebrate all the good things that Black people have done, going way back. For example, I heard, I don't know how true this is, I was told it was a Black person that invented the traffic light. I know we've had Black people like Trevor McDonald, who have now retired, who were like the key news readers on very key television platforms in this country. The popular Black people we have, like Rosa Parks, who, you know, she was a lady who defied where to sit in the bus. We've got Nelson Mandela, again, where we should learn from Nelson Mandela, because, and then a lot of we politicians therefore learn from Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela, the people made Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela not forced for be a president. Nelson Mandela not forced for be a hero. He just believed in the cause and he followed it through. And then the people that realized that actually this man is really genuine and he's doing something. Let's make him our leader. So that is how he became a leader. He didn't start that his protest and activism because he wanted to be a leader. No. And that is why he didn't stay there too long. And one of the presidents that we actually say, you know what, I'm tired now. Let somebody else take over. So let's bear that in mind. There's so many, Maya Angelou. There's so many Black people that are doing so well, that have done so well, that have fought so hard for us to sit here today, you and I, to be here and celebrate Black History Month. So let us not fail them. Let us follow their example and let us lead by example for our next generation to come and the unborn generation. So let's think about things like that. So next Thursday, I'll be talking to Toshpa, because they want to mark Black History Month. And they are marking Black History Month this year by focusing on 3 different types of cancer, which is prostate, breast, and I think cervical cancer. Yes, prostate, breast, and cervical cancer they want to focus on. So I'm bringing them in next week Thursday for an interview. But then on the 7th, on Monday, which is my brother's own program, Little Salon Talk, which is the 7th of October, we've also got another special guest, Mrs. Farella Thomas Clarkson, Salon Titi through and through. She'll be joining Little to come and talk about small business networking. That's something she's starting. This is her first time. We all know Farella as one of the most vocal people in our community, a motivational speaker, a businesswoman, but most importantly, a humanitarian, you know, and the sole proprietor of Ambassador for Humanity, and doing so much good work for the Cheshire Home children in Sierra Leone. So she will join Little on the Salon Talk Live on Monday, the 7th of October. So then after my show, which will be the 10th of October, the following Thursday, we'll be talking about the breast. Yes, we'll be talking about the breast, and we'll talk about checking your breast. Check your breast. This Bobby, yeah. We get for touch am, we get for feel am, we get for haste we am. We'll make sure so they check her house supposed for checker. What do they look for? If we see am, usa for go, usa for seek help, etc., etc. There's a lot of movement going on, and guess what? Even as Sierra Leone, I'm so proud. I'm in close contact with Crimelda, who is the head of Thinking Pink. They're doing so much work. They're going around. They campaign, raising awareness, and then what do they call the place? EcoMog, where they specialize in diagnostic tests. And then get one of the mammogram machine them. They have actually advertised, and they've said for the whole of this October, usually the mammogram exam they cost 500,000 leos, but because of this breast awareness month, which is October, they've halved that price. So now, if you get a family member where they're 50 and above, one of the greatest gifts you go give them now for pay for them that 250,000, make them go do their mammogram. Because guess what? Not next week, the week after, I am going to show you some serious image where they show you what breast cancer look like when it's not identified early enough and when it's not treated. So ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you so much, all of you, for tuning in, for listening, and everybody who's joined. Thank you. I'm really happy that you've enjoyed the show. Thank you for all your comments, and wishing you all well, and hope the weekend coming ahead will be fine. You know, I'll be cuddled, you know, I'm cold, and they still look, you know, a few people don't recommend pepper soup. So are they way to, since I know they eat beef, you know that salmon fishade. That salmon fishade where they sell na East Street. I think na £1.50 for one. And then they chop a number into 4. You put beaucoup vegetable inside the soup. You put you potato, you put you kale, you put you spring onions, you put you carrots, you name it. You put bang all inside the you cook them. You know, in wet one, you know, they put no tomatoes. Damn, that is yum. So I'm looking forward to that. If I not hear anybody says to me that they cook them for me, myself I'll go pardon me own canoe, because there's so much going on again this weekend. Now the community and we get for represent we really get for represent, because why? People enjoy our company, and so it is our responsibility and our duty to grace them with our company. Just before I forget as well, there's something else that is going on this October with this Black History Month, but as much as also in line with the fact that October is also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is going to be the first Black Women and Breast Cancer Conference in London, and it's going to be in Camberwell, and it's on the 26th of October. I think few weeks ago I posted the link. You can get the ticket if it's not already fully booked. You can get the ticket on Eventbrite. So please see if you can still get it. I think it's very important. It's going to be an educated one. I do a yearly one anyway. I'm hoping to do my cancer conference, which, you know, not only looks at breast cancer, but also looks at like prostate cancer and maybe cervical cancer or some other cancer. But hopefully that will be in March 2020. I'll be sending you a save the date flyer, so you put it in your diary, in your calendar, at least 3 months before the end of the year. I'll do that, so I know I no excuse, because the last time people they say, hey mama, yeah, by the time they send them, I be don't plan, I not be able to take off now walk this and that and that and that. Now I know say there's no rota whether they do 3 months in advance. So please, I will make sure I send it no later than end of November, so you mark it in your diary. Especially us, the healthcare professionals, I want to see a big turnout, because then you can come and help me to educate our people. This is not a one-man fete. This is not a one-man glory. We have to work together as healthcare professionals, as the community. We have to work together. We have to work in collaboration so that we can make our community stronger, our community more informed, and our community more able, independent, and confident for when they go to the next consultation and go able to challenge the doctor. Say, doctor, why did you say that? You know what? I read so and so in online, and you're telling me otherwise. Or why are you not offering me that treatment that is recommended by NICE guidelines on the internet, on the NHS website? Why are you giving me this instead of what's recommended by the NICE guideline? But the only way you can able ask them question and challenge, you know, is by having the information. So thank you. God bless you, and have a lovely evening. And I hope to see you again next week, or I hope to bump into you somewhere this weekend, where, because we're physically healthy and well, we can then go and socialize and maintain our well-being. Thank you. And I love you. I love you all, and thank you for your endless support and encouraging words. Have a blessed evening once more.
What this world is turning to. Nobody said it. And I ask myself, now within this world they turn to. Nobody. Cause picking the pizza in my mind, not the respecting papa. I swear, because so many you just to take tramadol instead of them take Panadol. It can make them fall, make them crawl. Yeah. So God, education don't fall. Tell me what's in the future for tomorrow, because we leaders of tomorrow, they're not evil paradox. Lord save us. Oh yeah, we can let it go astray. Lord, this is my prayer. And Daddy, we dey beg you, Save our motherland, Lord. We dey beg you. We dey beg you. Daddy, we dey beg you. Save our motherland, Lord. We dey beg you. We dey beg you. We dey pray every night and day.
Okay, let we go. This how we do. Okay, let we go. This how we do. It's your boy Rap Cheesy. There we go. Fire for fire. The devil a liar. East to the west, not to the south. Rap G know the tire. Fire for fire. The devil a liar. East to the west, not to the south. Rap G know the tire. Favor, I receive up. Goodness, I receive up. Blessing, I receive up. Boku money, I receive up. Then say me body dey fine, me wish man don't die. Then say this beat too sweet, now will bat na come. 4 hours inside 2 months, now the farmer camp. Boku money I just dey make, I dey pack am. Then say, yeah, no go do, but we go cash ya. Miss Consistent close, all on chain. I go tack am. Then you say, you juju and side, we go massacre. Favor, I receive up. Goodness, I receive up. Blessing, I receive up. Boku money, I receive up. They say man pass man, but God pass all. When you see one player they come, now for one pass ball. They say man pass man, but God pass all. When you see one player they come, now for one pass ball. You where they try for pull me way, back to sender. You where they try for make.
Yes, we go sweat for me, get tea and tomato.
Young Leap on the beats.
But once that girl is shaking, young go must come out. Now we all make we take am. Well, body now we all make we take am. If you believe you go receive am. Say you go make am. Gently now we all make we take am. Well, body now we all make we take am. If you believe you go receive am. Say you go make am. Blessings will follow you. Favor will follow you. And did you not go bother you? Say you go make am. Good things will follow you. And go better you, and nobody no go bother you. But say you go make am. If you get good person how you like, do your all and fine. Cause good people hard to find. Now God we're good now in life, yeah. Make we give am the praise. Not only by His grace. Now only when things meets you, I would take life for granted. People can't be trusted. And you see how them go they run. When the trouble go for down a gun, when the bush go calm na tongue. His goodness and His mercy go always follow me, because He made of His image and likeness, yes. So we go sweat, forget, we daily pray. Must not go the shame. Say we go cool with it. But gently now we all make we take am. Well, body now we all make we take am. If you believe you go receive am. Say you go make am. Gently now we all make we take am. Well, body now we all make we take am. If you believe you go receive am. Say you go make am. Blessings will follow you. Favor will follow you. And did you not go bother you? Say you go make am. Good things to follow you. If you feel and go better you. And nobody no go bother you. Say you go make am. If you don't wait so say make them give you. Be like a line. Go tell before you make am. Cause matter man greed and told him for himself, yeah. Even la padida fambule steal and rich themself, yeah. Put you up to God, now the fuck. Now you always they watch me back. Now they make, I they dance, I they la-di-da, I they daddy like that, yeah. Every day you
fill up me bank. That's just like a shower, you fill up me tank. Not only you, Papa, I said not only you, I just put it down. But gently, now we all make you take him. Well, body, now we all make you take him. If you believe you go deceive him, say you go make him. Gently, now we all make you take him. Well, body, now we all make you take him. If you believe you go deceive him, say you go make him. Blessings go follow you, big world go follow you, and you not go bother you. Say you go make him. Good things go follow you. Feeling go better you, and nobody no go bother you. Say you go make them, money go follow you. Except October go follow you, now work go come for you. Say you go make them, marriage go follow you. Feeling go better you, and no juju no go bother you.
Yo guys, how are you?
Say you go make them,
Escape you like mine.
It's Cammy, baby.
DJ Little.
Majesty. Yeah. I try to play so. I'm sweat cover up. All you planets you don't pan up. What you love you no scatter them. Like Maurice, make you no sell on like a cara. Cause men say no get face. Cocosa no get place. The news go waka sote, but the vendor no get face. Yes, then say no get face. Kobara, no let the kokoso. Kobara, no let the potso. Kobara, no let the money so. Kobara, no let the love so. He like you good or bad, but a man go talk you them. He like they don't know about you, they still go chow you name. Turn over, then go cham you name, then go turn you over. Turn over, then go cham you name, then go turn you over. Turn over, then go cham you name, then go turn you over. Turn over, then go cham you name, then go turn you over. Kobara, no let the kokoso. Kobara, no let the potso. Kobara, no let the money so. Kobara, no let the love so. Kobara, boy I'm sweat cover up. All you planets you don't pan up. Boy you love you no scatter them. Make you no sell on like a cara. Cause then say no get face. Cocosa no get place. The news go waka sote, but the vendor no get face. Yes, then say no get face. Kobara, no let the kokoso. Kobara, no let the potso. Kobara, no let the money so. Kobara, no let the love so. Kobara.
Ramza J on the mix.
If you're having credit problems, I feel bad for you, son. 1,000 problems, but a car rank 1. Wills for sure, got me back in the car. Leasing with my credit, I was like, man, forget it. Who would've thought I'd be accepted and more? But now I got the keys, I feel so pleased. All types of cars, Fiats, Minis, Renaults, you know, boom, boom, let's go. Wills for sure, car leasing for every credit score.